presented my final thesis yesterday at school, and I got credit for having a lot of material, and that I had gotten a lot of people to participate, but I didn't get a good score on my literary review, and I got pointers on that, so that's what I'm going to do next. Yeah, well, I was still flabbergasted about this, what do you call it, Joe Biden win. It is somehow astonishing that this is how it's gonna go. It's just unfathomable, and but there are a lot of kind of prophetic. Where is it focusing? There are a lot of prophetic voices saying that it isn't over yet, that what do you call it? The results might turn, but I don't know. Rick Joyner was actually saying that it's gonna be a civil war, that he has seen this since, I don't know, decades ago. And what he saw is that America, it will take a hard turn. They'll take a turn to the left. Sorry, left is that way. Take a turn to the left, and then when the left turn has been taken, then they'll take a right turn, a hard turn to the right. And the prophetic warning was not to overdo the turn to the right when it happens, and that the leftists or left-leaning people there, you call it, still they're important. Some of the ideas that they have are important. So don't go too far right. But the main point being that he saw civil war, which is fairly scary. It is, I think, on Facebook you can find it. It's hashtag Rick's Rants. He's talking on his back porch about these things. But yeah, it's fairly worrying. What else? My condition, it has stayed the same. I can take the dog out for the, 500 meters. I walk with it. I can still do that. I ordered my MRI images from the hospital, and I got both brain and spine, and I'm now gonna take a copy of them. I got a CD drive from Johanny. Oh yeah, that's something. This is typical of me. I'm going on these rabbit trails. Both my mother-in-law and father-in-law, they got corona, and they both went into the hospital, or my mother-in-law went into the hospital first, and then my father-in-law crashed at home. Terhi was away. She had the car. No, sorry, I had taken Terhi somewhere else to study, and I had the car she called me and what do you call it? Told me that what had happened, that Johanna could not even speak properly on the phone. I jumped into my car. I must admit I maybe exceeded the speed limits when I was getting there, and I was having these mental images of something nasty happening. But luckily when I got there, the ambulance was already there, and then what do you call it, just talked, and they took him to the hospital. I think he was there for a night, and then the next day his blood oxygen levels dropped. So what they did is they actually sent him to an ICU for a night, and that was, oh man, that was horrible. For the whole family, for the kids and for me and for Terry, obviously more so for Terry than me. But already the next day they gave him the phone and he called Terhi, and things picked up. But he's still in the hospital. They're not letting him out, but he's having a better time with it. Back to the story. I went into and got an external CD drive to copy the MRI images. And why I'm copying the MRI images is that there's a I just remembered I haven't hooked up my microphone. This sound might be, I'm not going to re-record this, but the sound might be horrid. So my apologies for that. It has been a long time since I made a video. And yeah, there's a clinic. They don't do them apparently in Poland, but there's a clinic in Germany. I'm in contact with the doctor, and I'm gonna send my MRIs there, and then maybe I'll fly over to Germany. It's in Frankfurt, fairly close to the airport, and there's a Scandic, which I don't know what my level. I used to be a top floor member in Scandic, and I'm gonna fly there, drive to the Scandic, or take a taxi to the Scandic, and it's only 2 kilometers from that Scandic, and I'll go. And what do you call it? The procedure, it's CCSVI. So the vein is coming out of my brain and that pull blood out of the spine. And this theory is by somebody called Paolo Samboni. And he has found that MS patients typically have clogged veins come, I don't know what they're called. But anyway, what they do then, they put a they put a balloon in there and they can expand it. And I've talked to people who have had positive results. The results, they do disappear after a time, but to my understanding it is because your veins are closing again, and that's why you're not reaping long-term benefits of the treatment. But I want to try it. I've kind of ended this mental promise that I'll leave no stone unturned to see how can I manage with this. But anyway, oh yeah, well, I'm of the opinion that the face diapers they are a horrid way of oppressing people, and it is just forcing people to do something that has no medical reasons for it, and I'm not for it. I'm not gonna wear them. And but today in the store there was only a handful, let's say 5 max people who weren't wearing masks, and the rest were having their face diapers on. But yeah, it's like the Star of David that people are wearing, that, but this time it's reversed. I'm virtue signaling that I'm a good guy. I'm wearing my face diaper. Please don't, what do you call it? React violently or talk bad about me. And with this beard, I tried a mask on once when I was in the hospital. You cannot get a tight seal around this thing, so it's impossible. Mask would only be for show. But anyway, I'll try and render a video out of these, and end by saying that Jesus Christ is King. Amen.